Hi everybody, happy full moon in Scorpio. I felt really called to come on and do a quick video for you regarding the current energies and also how it relates to the work that I do and also how it relates to what you might be going through at this time in your life. One thing that I've noticed most specifically around full moons is transformation and change and letting go. So that's, if you work with the moon, if you work with astrology in any way, you'll know that a lot of the energy around full moons is about releasing what no longer is serving you. And this specific full moon that happened last night at like 9:30, I think, Mountain Standard Time, was all about Scorpio themes. It was the Scorpio full moon. And Scorpio is all about death, birth, transformation, digging into the shadows of what we didn't see before consciously, making aware things that we haven't seen in ourselves. And sometimes that can be really frustrating, and sometimes it can be painful because it's things that we've buried so deep within our awareness that we are no longer able to hide from them anymore. And so sometimes these full moons can bring up a lot of emotion. And it's a water sign as well. Scorpio is a water sign. And if you live in the Boise area, we've been getting a ton of rain. So wherever you're watching this from, it's very interesting sometimes how the weather patterns also seem to correlate at times with the full moon. So transformation. What I wanted to speak on today that's relevant is to Yothera method, is transformation and what that's looking like for a lot of people. What I've observed in myself and my clients is this theme where we can no longer plan as far in advance as we normally used to. And also we are having a hard time making decisions because we're able to start to see both sides of things. So that's one thing that's been almost a little bit distressing for people, is the minute that you try and grasp onto a right choice, it's almost like it slips away because you're in duality. And all of a sudden you can see the other side of it and go, oh man, and then there's a little bit of confusion that comes with that. Something else that I've noticed is this inability to, like I said, plan too far in advance, because once we get there, it may not feel as resonant anymore. I mean, you may have changed your mind. You might want to do something else with your time or your energy or your commitments and things like that. So it's been really difficult to try and commit to things. So if you're feeling that, there's definitely more of a watery energy, more of a flow, an invitation to stay in the flow of life as it's unfolding, which is difficult to do because our ego wants to control, it wants to have solid ground, it wants to know the plan. There's an element of safety sometimes that comes with that. However, the deeper transformation comes when we step into the unknown. That's been my experience when working with clients and also my own life, is the deeper we're willing to surrender to the present moment exactly as it is and accept, like truly accept what is, and not only accept it, but maybe even find gratitude for what is, then that's when the deeper layers of change can start to happen. But if we're in resistance to what is, if we don't accept things as they are, then we're on some level holding ourselves back from the change, from going with the flow, from trusting where life is taking us. There's been a lot of changes happening in the therapy world that some people are uncomfortable with. And by some people, I mean other therapists or other practitioners that use therapeutic modalities. There are certain things that are happening. This isn't just in the therapy world. You can see this everywhere. No matter what the structure is, there's some kind of change happening. There's an uprooting almost of like seeing what we didn't see before so that we can change it and fix it. And if you stay connected to the therapy world and what's happening behind the scenes, there's a lot of changes and a lot of advocates for non-ordinary states of consciousness being woven into the therapeutic model. So you've got MDMA-assisted psychotherapy, psilocybin. We're also seeing all of these other modalities popping up that are based in non-ordinary states of consciousness, which is amazing and beautiful. And I bring this up because if we don't open and allow ourselves to experience and be open to the possibilities that non-ordinary states of consciousness are needed for some people to assist them in going deeper into their work, then we are denying a whole section of clients that really need us to be competent in that area. So to put this simply, talk therapy is dying. Just psychodynamic theory alone is dying. And there's a lot of people that don't like that. It's very uncomfortable for them. We're moving into the body. We're moving into other dimensions, other ways of seeing reality. This is what's happening for so many people, not just for me, not just for other therapists that resonate with non-ordinary states of consciousness, but our clients are experiencing these very deep, profound changes in their life. And it's really important, just like anything else, just like any other diversity model that we are asked as therapists to be aware of and support of. Non-ordinary states of consciousness is one of those and should be held as just as important. And this is my belief, is just as important to acknowledge that so many of our clients have really identify with this as part of their identity. And if they're not able to speak to that in therapy, we're doing a disservice because we're not able to understand and meet them where they're at. So just like being educated on all sorts of other social justice issues, we need to be aware that there are so many individuals out there looking for assistance with non-ordinary states of consciousness, and not just with MDMA or psilocybin. We're talking about people that want to do it sober, people that want to be able to understand these other dimensions that they're tapping into and how to use them in a way that benefits them and helps them on their healing journey. So I know that many therapists are feeling the call. They've been feeling it for a while. Lots of people in the therapy realm are weaving their own healing modalities into therapy. And it's not anything new, but I think what is new is being open about it. That's what's new. Therapists being willing to be open and vulnerable and share what works for them, what's working for their clients, and being willing to be seen in that, so that it gives permission not only to their clients but other therapists that are feeling that. It gives permission for them to fully express their authenticity in being seen fully and offering their gifts in an ethical way. And so knowing how to do that is the key, and finding other people that are also doing that is the key, so that we can kind of help each other on this path. So that's what my 10-week group is all about. It's also what my Yothera method certification program is all about, really. It's about learning how to, not only for yourself, go through the Yothera method, which is a 3-phase inner alchemical journey, which first breaks down the mind all of the old stories of the mind. It's a lot of shadow work, breaking that down to get really clear on, first of all, what's holding you back. What are those stories, those old programs, those data programs that are outdated in the mind? And getting clear on that, and then moving into the body, understanding how to use the breath, the body, visualization, imagination, innocence, so many ways that we can start to rewrite these stories, these outdated stories in our unconscious mind through the body, heart coherence, senses, sensations, movement, energy. So that's phase 2, and then phase 3 is being seen. It's being seen in love. It's being seen and witnessed through the eyes of the innocent. It's seeing each other as innocent. It's seeing ourselves as innocent, and moving into this whole nother layer of acceptance and compassion for one another and for ourselves. And it's a beautiful journey. It's all about transformation, which is so fitting for this moon today. It's really on my mind and on my heart, and I know so many others as well. So my invitation to you is, if you are in a helping or healing profession, it doesn't have to be therapy, but if you work in a therapeutic way with individuals, this group is for you. This 10-week group is the kind of the introductory Yothera method. It's a prerequisite to certification, but you can just stop at the 10 weeks. You could just experience it for yourself and use it in your life. It also provides 15 CEUs, so that's great. So if you're interested in that, the next one's May 18th, and it goes through July 20th. So 10 weeks, Tuesday nights from 6 to 7:30 Mountain Standard Time. And we meet through Zoom. And it's been amazing. People from all over the world, therapists, healers from all over the world are coming together. And it's been so fulfilling to be able to share my gift, and to also bring other like-minded individuals together to share their gifts and their heart and their talents, so we can support each other. So if you're interested in that, I would love to have you. I'll provide more information. I'll put the link in my bio. It says join the 10-week embodied alchemy group. That's what it's called, embodied alchemy group. If you have any questions, just message me directly, and I look forward to getting to know you on this journey. Have a beautiful day. Happy full moon.